Yeah, that's what we're wanting right there. Hey there, Internet. Keeve here, and welcome to the Cars with Keeve YouTube channel. And is this the best cheap foam cannon on Amazon? Let's find out. Now, what happens when an $18 Bear Force foam cannon has a date night with the MJC Pro V2? Well, you kind of get something like this. And the funny thing is this costs the same as the Bear Force. Now, it didn't get all the genetic traits from the MJJC, but it got quite a bit, plus some from the Bear Force. And this is $18, but it's got a 15% off coupon right now. It puts it just a little bit over $15. Yes, a $15 foam cannon that has a weighted ball, flexible straw, MJJC style top that we should know should foam pretty good. The cap resembles the MJJC. It's not exactly the same. The plastic's not as good. And you don't have the little rubber pieces here to stop it from being able to leak when it's upside down. This is going to leak. Now in the listing, it doesn't say what materials it's made of, but it looks to be aluminum just from everything that's going on here. And it's very, very light. Now there's nothing here new, there's nothing innovative, but it's taking features from higher dollar foam cannons and bringing them into a much lower price point. This is the cheapest I've ever seen with a flexible straw and a weighted ball. Now you see up close, it very much resembles an MJC. Even has that little riser piece there. Slightly different. You have your M22 here. This will come off. The great thing about this thread is you can use this on a lot of stock, guns that are out there that have the M22 at the end, right there. That'll work. And then obviously you have your 1/4 inch here that work with most all of your spray guns out there. All your 1/4 inch quick disconnects. Inside there is the little orifice that you can take out. Use a flathead screwdriver. Adjustment knob, always the same. This works pretty good, but it's going to move out of alignment. We want to tense that up a little bit. Here's the flexible straw I was telling you about. Exactly what we want. And the thread pattern on this, the old Bear Force, that thread pattern did not work with griots and MJC. This one does. As you can see here, we'll put this on the MJC bottle. Fits perfect. And then obviously, if you wanted to put a clear bottle on MJC, you can buy a clear bottle for 15 bucks. MJC bottle costs 20. So there you go. Little difference in height, just slightly. This is a little bit taller. So to make the hose the proper length, it's not gonna cost you anything. If you have a knife, scissors, a razor blade, or anything around the house to cut this, the top of the cap where this normally would stop right here on this little barb, that's the top of the bottle. So we can basically just put this in the corner. And then we want it to kind of curve just a little bit. We don't want it to be short. We'll get our area we want to cut it, but we won't cut it there. We'll cut it a little bit short of that. So just in case we make a mistake, we won't have a hose that's too short. Cut that. We'll put that on here all the way. And what we're looking for is the ability for it to spin around freely. You see it's still a little tight. So I'm going to cut off about an 1/8 of an inch more. Should be good. Yeah, see it's falling in. See that? It's falling into liquid whenever we turn. It spins really well. Now let's fix this part. And if you're not wanting to spend any money and you don't have O-rings, then don't do this because it's a $15 foam cannon. This is a $10 O-ring kit. For you, if this is the only O-ring you ever buy, it might be better to just find the size that I'm talking about. Just a single one or two, maybe a couple of dollars at the hardware store or something. This kit for 10 bucks has all these O-rings, but also comes with 4 tools that are very helpful with working with foam cannons. So this tool comes with the kit. It's a curved pick. Works great for this. So you see this little tab. This tab is kind of holding it locked down right here. So we take that hook and we pull that tab out, but we don't want to go crazy. We don't want to break it, but that gives it enough that it's going to come off. And you can do this side too, pull it out, and then you should be able to grab the white part and it should come right off. And the reason it's not tense is because this O-ring just isn't big enough to lock down on this. Now we're going to take our pick, get down in there, grab that O-ring, and take it out. Inside this kit, what I'm using is a 17 by 22 by 2.5. You'll just work this through that area right there. Now you see we worked it down to here. I'll grab it with my pick, and then we can work it this way, grab it with my hand. We can use this pick to just work it into that groove. And there we go. Now we take our pick, we find these tabs, put the pick right through there, we push the tab in. Don't go crazy, we just want it down enough to where it locks in again. Now this should snap in. If you use an O-ring that's too big, this is not going to want to snap in. So you have to get the right size As you can see, it kind of meets it there. It's kind of stopping a little bit. We're just gonna slowly work over and lock it in. Now, oh, here we go. That's what we're looking for. It's actually tenser than the back part. It's turning the back. You can also take a black permanent marker and make little dots or something like that on here to keep you aligned. That way you just put it where you want it and move on. Now let's check the accuracy of this. And it doesn't come with anything extra. It doesn't come with a filter. It doesn't come with an extra orifice or anything. It comes with a 1.1, it says. We have our pin gauge set right here. We have our 1.1. It fits. Go up to a 1.12 to see if the hole is a 1.12 fits. This is a 1.14. Tight. 1.16. That doesn't fit. So I'm thinking it's a 1.15. That's a lot of great features for less money. But in order to become the best cheap foam cannon on Amazon, it has to foam, right? So let's get into that. Before we get to that point, check the links below for anything in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's have some fun. So here's our setup. We'll start from low and work our way up. This is Ryobi 1800 1.2 gallon per minute machine. This represents the Greenworks, your Karchers, your Suds. The majority of those machines are going to be in this category. We have medium. We just added this is the Automotive pressure washer. Gets about 1.6, 1.7 gallons per minute. That's going to be not a whole lot in that category. Ava's kind of in there. Then we have the Active 2.0. And then we move on up to the AR630, which is about 2.2 gallons per minute. And we're going to use the fixed fans 3/8 hose, Kevlar hose with that and the Active 2.0. We're going to use the Uberflex with both Ryobis, and then we're going to use our 2.2 Luck gun with those. Let's get this party started. What we're going to use for soap is Incredible Suds diluted 32:1. That's the soap I use for every foam cannon video. Just a great overall clean soap. Code Cars with Keith will save you 10% at the house rags for that. I pre-dilute it because it's a little bit thick at 32:1 in a container over here on the shelf. I'm going to fill this up with that. And I'll leave a link below for this. It's not cheap. These things are like 20-something dollars, crazy. But I poked a hole in the top if people want to know why they don't always feed that great. If you poke a hole in the top up here, that way it stays out of the water when it's upright and when it's laying on its side. That'll allow you to get a nice flow. I hope that's enough. You can see it's a nice purple color there. It's got a nice smell to it as well. Now this has that 1.15. It says it's a 1.1, but it's 1.15 measured. I actually bought two of these because just in case one broke, I would have the other one. But both of them measured exactly 1.15, so it's pretty consistent. This should foam like crazy. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That is just, it's stucco. It's basically, you're basically painting the hood here. And that's just crazy. Let's check the amps real quick. I know it's going to be safe on the 1800 Ryobi and most of these 1.2 gallon per minute machines. This should be pretty good. 11.9 amps, very safe. I added an accurate 1.25 orifice to this just to see how it foams with the 1800 with that size. It doesn't come with it, but I'll link one below if you're looking for one. As you can see, we're a little bit runnier, but it's still like really nice, like really nice. So that way you can take a little less strain on your machine. The amps are going to be just way down. I'm not going to look at the amps, but I guarantee it's like 8 or 9. It's like nothing. And a little bit runny, but still really good soap coverage. And a lot of people like this type of foam. So we now have the Ryobi 1200 PSI automotive pressure washer hooked up. And normally I would suggest with that a 1.25. That's safe, amazingly great foam, but some people have been asking a lot, can it do a 1.1? Well, this is a 1.15, so maybe it'll work. You can get some crazy foam, but I know some people out there have bad quality water and things like that that doesn't allow great foam. And you need everything you can do to get great foam. I'm gonna make a video soon, foam 101, so we'll look out for that soon. But let's see what this looks like with a 1.15. Yeah, look at that. And with that increase in flow, you noticed I didn't have to go as slow as I was moving across the panel. I was able to move a little bit faster because we have more water creating more foam on the panel quicker. And look at that, 1.15. That's pretty cool. Let's make sure the amps are good though. Aww. So even with a 1.15, we're still over at 15.4 amps. Just, It's just a bit too much for the machine. So a 1.1 would be even higher, I believe. I think I tested at one point. I don't think I ever put it on video, but I think it was almost close to 16 amps. So I don't suggest it. Now, could your circuit run it and not trip? Possibly. Are you going to ruin a machine? I don't know, but it's not rated for that. And I don't suggest the 1.15 or the 1.1 really. But if you want to try it out, hey, by all means, I'm not going to stop you. So here's the accurate 1.25 in the machine with the automotive pressure washer. I mean, you really can't tell a difference. It's a little bit thinner, obviously, but it does so well. You really don't need that 1.1. I know a lot of people they've got to have it, but I've moved away from that. I've been sticking with 1.25s as what I use, so that way I don't have to change between the machines. So here's the Active 2.0 hooked up, and I think I forgot to mention the Flexilla swivel grip hose here, 5/8 inch, and my Ely spray nozzle / shutoff valve. And you can screw a quick connect on the top. That's how I'm moving back and forth between all these rather quickly. And people will be like, oh, you're trying to sell another product, but people in the comments ask all the time, what is that? What is that? And I just try to go ahead and mention it in the video, so that way you don't have to ask that question. So we have the accurate 1.25 in here. We're definitely not going to run that 1.1, 1.15 with the Active 2.0. It would be way too much. Even this 1.25 is going to be borderline. If it's borderline, we'll have to move up to a 1.35, but I'm hoping we're going to stay under 15 with this setup. It usually is around 14.5 amps. And I think I forgot to mention with the automotive pressure washer with the 1.25, it's usually around 13.5 amps or so. Yeah, that's what we're wanting right there. And we have that wind down from the Active. But man, that is some thick stuff. And we sprayed a much wider pattern. It must have moved a little bit on us, because actually this back half is the part that's moving. The front isn't at all. We got an even wider stream. It got even just as thick. Just really good foam. But let's check those amps. So that was 14.35 amps. So we're safe there. We're on the higher end, but we're definitely well within what we can do. All right, so now we have that big dog AR630. This is the older one. There's actually a new one coming out, hopefully within the next month or so that will be out. We'll be able to do that one, but I've heard that one's even better and more powerful. So the 1.25 on this is possibly too much for that machine, but this machine, it's definitely enough. 1.25 is a 28 machine, so you can go up as high as you want, but even then with the 1.25, this just sits around like 16 or so. And you can just see the thickness, but also the volume of foam on the panel is much more, 2.2 gallons per minute versus the 2.0 or even close to maybe 1.9 something that the 2.0 does. And it just covers more. And it's just, man, it's just so good. The foam is so good. This thing is awesome. And you see how much is in here. We filled it up. We've done the hood, what, 2, 4, 5, 6 times, and we still have that much left. Time for some durability testing. And to get the key seal of approval, you need 3 empty drops and 3 full drops without any damage, like, you know, damage that would make it not work anymore. Obviously at the $15 mark, $18, if it breaks, it breaks. I mean, that's just the way it is. I have my little cinder block here. We're gonna do our drops. And since this is so much lighter, it's not gonna hit as hard when it drops. Thought for a second that we had a crack right here, but that's actually part of the molding line from the manufacturing process, so we're good there. Now when they're full, this is when the destruction can come in. But I feel like I've lost my touch recently. Hopefully it doesn't break, but I mean, if it does, that means, you know, my destructive touch is back. Jeez, here we go again. It's really low right here, and it's really high right here. It's to the point to where I can't, we have to try to get that off. Okay, we're still good. I hit it with a screwdriver on the back of here to get it to go back on correct. And now we're screwed on good again. And yes, it does leak. You know, we knew that. Here we go again. Third one. I think we've got a thumbs up. These bottles are changing. Something's happening here. This once again did that to where it's kind of catacornered. I can't get it off. So I have to take a screwdriver and kind of get it to go back on its, there we go, on its thread. Let's make sure the threads are good though. Yeah, it just got pressured in there. There's no crack anywhere. I bought 2 of these. Are you kidding me? Move the camera. This is absolutely crazy. We've got, yeah, obviously some major scratching going on here, but it literally just got knocked off its thread again. Yeah, no, what the heck? What has changed? MJJC, what is up? I could probably put that, you know, new V3 on top of this and be just fine, right? But you make a thing made out of freaking glass. I'm throwing this thing as hard as I can. It's still good. It's a clear bottle. How is this possible? I'm trying. I'm really trying. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I thought for a second there I didn't have it in me anymore, but obviously we got it. I mean, what else can I say? The foaming performance, amazing. The features, everything that we want or looking for in a foam cannon. And it's $15 right now with the 15% off coupon. It's 18 bucks. Now, I can't guarantee how long this is going to be in stock after the video comes out or when they're going to bump the price up, because obviously a lot of times they'll drop the prices to get, you know, initial hype around something. But I was thrashing this and I thought I lost my touch, but I finally got it. There's not much else I can say. It's freaking good. And would I still buy my Rain Kovo? Yes, I would still buy the Rain Kovo that's on the wall over there, or the Pure Pro or the Snow Pro. Either one I would still buy myself. I just like them better. But this thing is freaking good. Amazing price. There you go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out the links below for anything in the video. That Foam 101 video will be coming up soon. I'll see you in the next video. Now, it doesn't say what materials it's made of, but it's about, now it doesn't say what materials it's made of. Now, it doesn't say what, you don't have those leak-proof little diet. And also, we don't have the little rubber force that we just had because there's a $28 Bear Force. Because there's a 28 Bear Force at. I didn't put the orifice in there. You literally, oh my gosh. You're so dumb. Sometimes, I don't know about you. Hello? Hello? Not many bloopers. I'm just gonna whore the cat out again, you know, for views. Everybody in the comments said that they love the kittens and want to see more kitten stuff. So here he is. He's always at the door waiting for me when I'm filming.